Hello, I am Pablo Ral, ski mountaineering coach, and welcome to the Global Skimo YouTube channel.
Today I'm here to answer that question. What's better? A one-section pole, a two-section pole, a three-section pole? What benefits does each one have? What pros? What cons? I'll try to answer this question. You see, we have three more examples, one that you'll later find out why. To start, having a one-section pole, the main benefit it has is the excellent transmission of force that it does.
The rigidity it provides us with is definitely the feature that would make us choose this one.
For competitive people or those who, if you really want to get the most out of that pole push on the climb, it's definitely the best option. What are the cons?
We can't adjust the height to,
for example, a descent where logically we want to keep the center of gravity a bit lower, and for that the pole also needs to be somewhat shorter. Since it does not allow us, we could grab it a little lower, but we no longer have the handle. And that confidence of having the pole well gripped and firm. This adjustability is what both a two-section pole and a three-section pole allow us to do.
What is the main difference between these two models? What are the advantages of having 3 sections versus 2 sections?
At first you will see it visually. A one-section pole, when completely folded, ends up with this dimension, and a three-section pole once fully folded with this other dimension. Then the difference is noticeable. As you can see, it's practically half. So the three-section one, it has that main advantage that it becomes more compact, and we could put it in the backpack, or it gets more compressed.
What's the problem with having 3 sections? That in the end, it's a pole.
A lot less rigid. And it also bends much more because it had two weak points, let's say. When we really put force on the pole, that flexes a lot more. Therefore, it's usually not recommended for backcountry skiing. A three-section trekking pole is very typical. People take it for ski touring, and at the first fall, it bends or breaks. Also, when it comes to adjusting the side, it's always more of a hassle to have to open 2 clips than just one. The two-section pole, however, keeps its rigidity well and is very convenient because you simply extend it, close it, and you already have the pole adjusted. And it has that advantage that for an ascent, you can use a pole.
A longer detail, and when going downhill.
With a simple gesture and a click, you have a shorter stick with greater reliability. Also, it's very important that when choosing your pole, if you're going to pick it by section, the locking and adjustment system of the section is of this type, speed lock. It should have a tab that opens and locks the shoe. Since there are other screw systems that later with the cold, the ice and snow cause a lot of problems. The contraction and expansion of the material make them get stuck, and they often cause problems. We always stick with that much better lever system that the screw system, and we have that pole, which I still haven't talked about, that gives us different. Before I tell you, subscribe if you haven't yet to this ski mountaineering channel, in which I upload so much content about this world we love. This fourth candidate we have here helps us solve that problem we had with a two-section pole. It has quite a few pros, but we can't fit it in the backpack. And for those people who approach on ski,
but then the activity he actually wants to do is more oriented towards mountaineering, perhaps.
He uses it for an approach, but doesn't want to have the poles, so that you can hook them on, because you're going to do some climbing. Being able to put the poles in the backpack is sometimes an extra plus. So, to solve this, without losing the rigidity that a two-section stick gives us, here is the solution. that really at first glance looks like a two-piece pole.
But as a cable inside it,
which makes the stick compress into a very small size, as you can see right now. Check out the dimensions of the pole, and it has the advantage that when assembling it,
the system is very simple.
the inner cable gets tense, adding a lot of rigidity and strength to the pole. And between sections, it's not like in the other system, which is simply a pipe that narrows. It has a section that slides from one tube into another, and this adds a lot of stiffness so that the pole, once assembled, really behaves like a two-section pole. And we can adjust the length with this speed loop system to make it taller for climbing
and shorter when going downhill.
I hope you liked this video. Above all, I hope you found it useful. Give me a like if that was the case. And here, I'm leaving you a video here that I'm sure you're going to love. Subscribe if you haven't yet, and see you soon with another video. Goodbye.